a stay-at-home dad, watching Disney movies he never had. His daughter digs through all the VHS, crushing the classics in a princess dress. Informed like Scuttle, Kurt's got your ticket, making it real like Jiminy Cricket. Most are off the Captain Hook, but if the Tweedledum, he'll be taking more shots than Bambi's mom. Leaves him raised like Simba, or cracked like the beast dishes. He'll show you a whole new world, you won't need 3 wishes. Stay at home, Disney Dad.
It's Horse July! Shut up. We're going to gallop our way through this month and towards our 250th episode. Wow, we kick off the month with Young Black Stallion. Shall we press play? Ad for Toontown Online. What the actual is this? We start where you would expect to start with a movie about horses. We start in the Milky Way. It's the Arabian desert now, and they talk of wild horses whose sons are born as black as night, who run with the wind with fire in their hearts. They fear these black horses, and the black horse curse, so they put baby black horses to death. But a new ruler wants one of these demon horses for himself. As war blew across the desert, some sent their loved ones to safety, while others watched their dreams wither and die as they were raped and pillaged and had their wealth and bodies scattered across the desert. Having fun yet? Nay, it's Horse July. Come on. Narrator continues, but sometimes they bring change and hope. And almost Pirates of the Caribbean music slams in, and we go trippy as I think this is some early CGI. There's a white horse stomping around, and we see a black stallion horse, ghost horse thing in the sky, and it gallops through the Milky Way past Uranus and to Earth. What the is happening? Everyone else is seeing this, right? Like, this isn't just me. This is, I swear, this is just coffee. Everyone's seeing this, right? Okay. I thought this was going to be about a girl and her horse. Demon black horse is on Earth, and white horse might as well whip to balance out all these nays. This one is already off the rails. Come on, I'm leaning into it. That was a good joke. Nothing is happening. Now all this epic music is playing. These 2 horses walk around. This is like live action horse fantasia. Now it's horse porn as the soft music plays. And they get into the river together. Slow-mo splashing. Now they're running together. This is actually like insane. This white horse loves the bad boy, right? She's like, I can change this demon horse. He'll settle down. And he's gonna get this horse hoe pregnant real quick and skip town back up to the Milky Way. They continue to run together, and then just the black horse returns to the night sky like I predicted. You're a sweet girl, but I gotta go. And now we get the formatted for TV warning that starts every movie. Wait, that was not the movie? What was that? What was that mess? What? That was a movie before the movie? The real movie is starting now. Okay, we're right back into this though. It's the possibly at times CGI white horse laying on the beach. Walt Disney presents the Young Black Stallion. Called it. Baby Black Stallion runs. Sorry, frolics with mom and dad ain't never coming back. Wow, Louise, how did you get pregnant again? Oh, you know, this magic ghost horse came out of the sky and we did it. Yeah, okay, sure, Louise. We are back into it. A bunch of mean guys try to catch the young black stallion, but he's too little and quick. But they do catch his mom, and now he's all alone. I cannot get a read on this movie. The tone is all over the place. They show a close-up of this little horse watching his mom get caught, and I know this is supposed to be a sad, heavy moment, but this little horse is goofy looking. I'm sorry. It's like an ugly horse. Okay, finally we get dialogue as we meet this group of men traveling by camels, and there's a little girl in the group. Her grandpa sent her away with his gang of traveling adult men, saying it would be safer with them because the war is still going on back where they live. On paper, it looks like she got trafficked, but I'm not sure that's what's happening. That can't be what's happening. The gang that stole the white horse pops up out of nowhere, and they surround the camel men to rob them, but the little girl gets away. And a running camel is funny to watch. I don't know if I've ever seen it before. She falls off her camel and rolls down the sand hill and now walks alone in the desert. If only there were a black stallion. Instead, she finds water, and then a stallion. a Black Stallion. Passage of time montage like when Simba, Timon, and Pumbaa walk across the log. This creative kid spends days coming up with a fitting name for such an elegant and mythical beast. She is possessed by the bard Shakespeare himself, and she comes up with the perfect moniker for this beautiful beast, a name that somehow encompasses the lore and unmitigated rage and unbridled emotion of a half-ghost horse sent from the stars to earth to lead the impoverished and beaten down back to victory. Just kidding, she names him Black. They make it back home to where she's from, and the horse does not like the vibes of this place and runs off when a truck drives by. A little girl shrugs and goes inside. She meets her old pal, Aldi, who takes her to Grandpa, who's depressed and pouty, but he's happy to see her. At lunch, she's trying to explain how she met a Black Stallion, but Grandpa's like, girl, that's nonsense. A ghost story. The backstory is a sad one. The invaders burnt their crops, it took everything, and now everything sucks. The only horse they kept was Abba. I think that might be the Black Stallion's mom. Some rich bullies come from these horse races, and we get some story about how each tribe runs their best horse and the winner gets everyone's horses that lose. My daughter doesn't like those stipulations, but fair is fair. Back to the story. It's too bad Grandpa doesn't have any horses. They talk about how they captured Gina, the white horse, but couldn't catch her little kid, the black horse, the stallion, which was the stallion. A Black Stallion. She's like, I wasn't lying, Grandpa, he's real, see the horse. Ah, poppycock, kid. 1 year later, she dreams of his return, and she wakes up to hoof steps in the sand, hoof prints, which sounds like an 80s ballad, hoof prints in the sand. She follows the prints, and there he is, that majestic black bastard. He runs to her, music swells. The movie has great music. She returns with Black Stallion, and Grandpa's like, have you got mad, child? Grandpa looks at this horse and is like, its heart is full of fire, it's the devil. What is this guy's deal? Wants a horse, doesn't want a horse. She wants to race this devil horse in the race, and beat that rich but Grandpa forbids it because the race is in a couple of weeks. There's not enough time to train the horse, and she's just a little girl, and the animal was spawned in hell. I feel like that last one is the important one. However, Grandpa thinks the fact that she's just a little girl is the big reason not to race. The kid secretly trains it to race, which is a perfect time for a horsey montage, but what is Grandpa doing inside during all these long training days? Like, he had no follow-up questions or concerns about this devil horse. Don't race it, see you in a week. She can do whatever she wants with this undead monster, except race him. All right. Anyway, it's race day and Stallion is ready to go. I hope it breathes fire through its nostrils as it runs, burning bystanders alive as the heavens open up and the book of Revelations begin. That's the young Black Stallion twist I want to see. The riders get ready and wait for us. She makes her entrance and she has her face covered so people think that she's actually the old man. She's like, wait for us. And they're like, nah, we don't want this devil horse in the race. Didn't see that happening. They won't let him race. The crowd is like, come on, let him race. And Grandpa's there to watch the races, and he sees his granddaughter in disguise take off to the starting line, and he lets out a less than inspired, half-hearted, no, as she takes off for real. It's like, no. When your drunk friend is going to do something stupid, and normally you would stop them, but you're also kind of drunk, and you want to see what happens, so you're like, no, don't jump in the bushes. Anyway, the race starts, and all these skilled adult riders are falling off their horses, but not our little lady. Fast forward 10 minutes. Black Stallion won. Cut away to Beelzebub down in hell, putting humans on one of those giant hot dog rollers, and his head whips to his Sony TV, and he sees his devil horse win. He starts jumping up and down, spinning his pitchfork in the air like a baton. He's so happy. The devil's so happy his horse won. She rises to Grandpa and says, sorry to disobey you, Grandpa. But he won. He won. Grandpa pretends he's angry, but then he's like, psych, come here, you. And then the rich jerk is happy for them, and he smiles, and he gives them a bow of acknowledgement. A bow. And he waves. And that was awesome. What a weird twist for the antagonist. It makes me wonder if he threw the race because he knew Grandpa was struggling and needed these horses more than he did. It was a weird moment. Grandpa and the girl walk back with all the horses. They won as credits start to roll. This was okay. Visuals and shots were great. Story was not there, but this was one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard in a Disney movie. Horse July continues with week 2 next week.
That's what I think about.
What do you think?
What we have is a concern about Curtis Anderson. His interviewing style is not the best. His personal appearance is not the best. I was wondering if the man has some kind of a hold over the channel that he's allowed to be employed for so long with the standards of journalism and personal appearance that he has. Thank you.